Hey, NorCal Karters, we are live at the Blue Max Kart Track, and today's special guest is Jason Lapointe. And Jason Lapointe was a factory Track Magic driver when Track Magic was at the top of the game in shifter kart racing in the USA. And Jason, say hello.
How's it going?
And the reason we have Jason Lapointe on today is you have some exciting news, don't you?
Yeah, pretty big news, especially for a Track Magic fan in the day. So what we've got going on right now is Gary Carlton Racing, GFC Karts, and his program, and us, we got together, and we wanted to do something for the enthusiasm of the Track Magic owners group and all the people that were buying the old Track Magics and racing and restoring them, and we came out with an all-new Track Magic kart that not only is set up for running the KZ class at the Super Nationals this year, but we have a whole program now, and everyone that's part of the Track Magic group's invited to go down and see this thing race.
Yeah, it was really neat. I missed yesterday's official unveiling, but you have one of the chassis here with the full Track Magic livery. And I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be a decal kit. And it's like, oh, okay, that's still cool because I always remembered the slotted lines from Track Magic and the yellow and the black. It's like, that's Track Magic, yellow and black. And when I first saw the cart up close, the brake calipers are laser engraved with the Track Magic logo, Track Magic steering wheel, even the chassis tag says Track Magic.
And that's chassis 001.
I just saw that.
And we're only doing 10 this year for 2020. They're 2020 models. I think we sold 4 of them already. And so we're going to do a limited run and see how it goes. But it's definitely it's one of those things where we're just gonna see what the response is and see what how it goes. But Gary Carlton's gonna basically spearhead all sales, everything in this go-kart, and his stuff is working phenomenal. His team is really good, and Gary's got more passion now than I've ever seen, and he loves the brand, which is why he's doing this. Gary and I when we were talking about it, he said, when I put the decals on this kart, I'm going to be crying, and that's how much passion he's got behind the brand.
Yeah, and Gary is definitely one of those. He's always been very passionate, just a personality. And just watching him grow over the past couple years with his new brand. And for those that don't know, Gary Carlton was also a Track Magic factory racer. He lived in the Track Magic factory. There was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears he poured into the name. And so just to see it coming all together, and I'm now that old guy in karting because I've watched Gary go from 12 or 14 years old to now he's a grown-ass man. And he's got a very successful chassis line going. And just what you guys did with the Track Magic, you'll have to check. You guys have a spread coming out on eKarting News, correct?
I believe there's going to be a lot of press here between now and Super Nats. We kept this under wraps for a long time. We wanted to release it to all the core Track Magic guys first. Okay. We want to give them the first opportunity to buy the karts before it went, nationwide, worldwide, whatever. Gary's homologating the chassis, so it's going to be, I don't know where it'll go. But I can tell you this, it's going to be a pretty good deal now that the people who like the brand can buy something that you can buy parts for. People who want to race again can run something that's competitive. And, I'm sat in a seat for 17 years. I came out here with all the old Track Magic guys. We consider Gary Carlton the last of the Jedis because he was the last factory driver before Fausto passed away and then sold the company and stuff. And it was really fun. I was the 97 to 99 guy, and then Kyle Martin and Oliver ran, overlap between those years up to 2004. And
Kyle Martin, he's here this weekend. Oliver Rowan was here.
Yeah, Landon
E.
Yeah.
We already mentioned Gary. For more of the local flavor, we had Joe Fong Joe Fong was out here, so he's definitely a Track Magic mainstay.
George Barrows back.
Yeah, George Barrows was here.
I ran his 80 kart, and I'm telling you what, at 42 years old, that 80 felt pretty good. Those hard tires, that's what my body really appreciated after running that moto around.
Yeah. No.
Oh my gosh. We're feeling the pain a little bit right now, but Advil and.
Well, it's so funny because one of my customers texted me the other day, and he must have been looking at this exact cart. So the cart that's in front of me is Jason's 1999.
Yep.
1999 Track Magic, the one he won the Pro Tour on,
and SCUSA Pro Moto Tour. Yeah.
The first SCUSA Pro Moto Tour, and it has the double radiators on it.
Oh, yeah.
And a customer texted me and said, "Hey, why don't I have double radiators?"
Yeah.
And as soon as he said that, knowing you guys were coming down, I knew exactly what cart he was talking about. It's weird how the memory works that way. But this is a great showing today. Sorry about the ringtone there. So you had Gorilla Barbecue out here. That's Big Rich. I'm going to try to get Big Rich on a little bit later with the podcast. He was serving up some delicious barbecue. We have Jason LaPointe here. They're doing the new Track Magic. Now, it's a limited production. You're saying 10 chassis.
We have to, okay, we're not going to just build a ton and hope they sell. Gary's very realistic. And we want to build the right thing for the right customer. And are they all going to be shifters, or are they all going to be, something else? And so we're just being a little bit smart about it and see where it goes. But I think we're just going to do our limited run and just see how that goes.
I really like the idea. It's one, I'm old, so I remember Track Magic. My first shifter was a Track Magic cart. When I see those slanted lines, it just takes me back to the 90s.
We did that on because it got kind of into a cartoonish phase when they bought the company and started getting away from the real look that everybody remembers it by, which were the lines and so that wasn't on purpose the retro throwback to where we thought was the most popular phase of Track Magic,
Yeah.
And Howie Idelson is part owner of the trademark with me. Is been doing all the graphic design work on it, and he nailed it. He did a great job.
No, they look beautiful. And even with the new modern body work, not the bread boxes like your cart in front of us has, but the modern body work, it's just very sharp. And I was talking to Gary this morning, looking at his cart, and he made the comment, he goes, I told him yellow and black. He was adamant he did not want another color.
I tried to put red Thrasher on. I really did.
Yeah,
I said, no, the Thrasher's got to be red. No, yellow, black. And then I just you know what? I'm not a graphic guy.
Yeah.
His stuff looks so good, you just got to go with the pro,
Yeah. And he really just wanted the black and that yellow. When you see it from 50 feet away, it's like, that's Track Magic. Yeah. It's perfect branding. That's Track Magic.
Yeah, that summed it up. That's how I'm glad you love it. I'm really glad the response here was phenomenal. People were almost in tears. I was approached by multiple people here that were just so passionate about the brand and loving the fact that there's a future and someone to root for, and and that was the whole reason I wanted this. I'm not making a dime. I don't care about money. I'm not motivated by nothing. I want Gary to succeed. I want the brand to survive. I want the history and everything to be preserved, and I'm just ecstatic. I think this was a major turnout. Yeah. This event was bigger than I thought it was going to be. I was actually blown away.
The last one Bob arranged. That's Bob Eriks. We did a podcast with him a couple of months ago, leading in to hype this thing up. I don't think it needed hype. You have a core group of Track Magic owners, and their Facebook page it's very interesting because I'm not a part of the core Track Magic group, and I'm keeping in touch with these guys because of NorCal Karters, and there's guys out there taking models and turning them into Track Magic models, and they're converting things over so it's Track Magic. They have all the new Track Magic stuff logoed up, new shirts, new decals, new body kits, and it's just. But when you look at it, it's not a hyped up new Track Magic image. It's the old Track Magic that we all remember.
When I came here, Don DeLeo, that's got a bunch of Track Magics, gave me a gigantic sticker, and people are reproducing their own, and I'm all for it. Man, they all, if you're gonna do something cool and stuff, I'm like, then build it. You want to build a T-shirt? Build it. Rich has T-shirts. Bob had T-shirts. I'm wearing stuff they made. I'm wearing stuff that used to be made.
Yeah,
it's a fun deal. It's more of a. It's a real club. It's a real,
It's a real group. It's a real group. It's a real community.
Well, it's funny. It's called Owners Group, right? Because if you abbreviate it, that's the OGs. Right?
Oh, there you go.
It's like the original gangsters.
Yeah.
So it's so I thought that was funny, and we've been using that name, and it's really worked out well, and so you're not just buying a go-kart anymore. You're buying yourself part of a club, a family, a niche, and now part of a recreational events.
Yeah.
When have you been to a recreational event in karting that didn't involve racing? There's not very many.
Very rarely. Yeah, very rarely.
Where you can all come. I mean, I helped 3 or 4 go-karts get running before I ever even put on a suit, because the camaraderie is like, what do you got? Oh, I got one of those. Oh, I got one of those. I brought a whole trailer full of crap, and just because I wanted to help people, let's just keep them running,
So for those of you that don't know the history of Jason LaPointe, real quickly, where are you from?
Well, I'm from Woodburn, Oregon.
Woodburn, Oregon.
About 10 minutes from Pat's Acres up there.
Yeah.
My dad.
There's a drag strip up there, right off I-5.
In fact, I used to race there. Jim Livingston and Jay Livingston had a go-kart track out there. My dad went out, raced there.
Okay.
And got into karting. In fact, my grandfather brought one home first. Then my dad bought one. Then my grandfather stopped racing. My mom started racing.
Okay.
And that was from 81. And then they got into all the road race stuff. And my dad even went to Silverstone and raced over there in supercarts. And then he won 2 IKF Unlimited FKE 3 Grand National Championships in road race, running a 150-mile-an-hour supercart.
Fun.
And then I decided one day that I was going to race. So he pulls this old piece of crap Emic dual chassis off the wall and said, I'm not going to buy you something new because you don't stick with anything. At the time, I was all over the place. And we put a motor on, and that was it, man. I just started going.
So you made the trek down from Oregon.
Yeah.
Your fellow teammate, Kyle Martin, he might get the long distance award, right?
Yeah, I think so.
He's from Texas.
Flew in from Texas.
Is he Dallas? Is that?
Yep.
Yeah, Dallas, Texas.
Yep.
Who else do we have out here that made a trek?
I
Let's
know
see.
that Jeff Deskins came out.
Yeah, he's down in SoCal.
Yeah, or San Luis Obispo or something.
Oh, speaking of Jeff Deskins, he took a bunch of photos, bunch of videos. Look for that stuff. Once I find it, I will link the stuff on NorCal Carters, because he did some professional photography on the chassis.
And I had another photographer out here, Wes, that does the stuff for Blue Max, is doing a whole video.
Okay.
And that'll be released. He's doing, and he took pictures as well. So we were just going to combine everything.
So as soon as that content's available, we'll start pushing it out so all of you can see it. My Facebook videos suck. I know they suck. But at least it gets the info out there. But when the produced stuff comes out, we will get that information out to everybody. But Jason, thanks for taking the time. Thanks for coming down.
Yeah.
I have a smile on my face because it's just such a fun day. So thank you for being a part of it and giving back to the community.
Thank you. It's great.
All right. Have a safe trip home.
Okay, thanks.